In today's wrap-up, Armenia's total number of COVID-19 cases has surpassed 10,000. Armenia's border with Georgia is to remain closed as visa-free travel is reinstated for Iranians. And 209 intellectuals and politicians expressed support for the Hrant Dink Foundation after the organization received death threats. A record high 517 new cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed in Armenia, raising the total number of cases to just over 10,000. 3 new cases of coronavirus were also confirmed in Nagorno-Karabakh, raising the total there to 46. 25 recoveries were also reported and 19 deaths, again a record high, with the death toll now reaching 158. In some good news, a 101-year-old woman has recovered from the virus after spending a week in intensive care. She has now been discharged from hospital. Yesterday, Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan announced that he, his wife and 3 daughters had tested positive for COVID-19. He also remarked, however, that he and his family are all asymptomatic. Later, he held a joint press conference with Deputy Prime Minister Tigran Avinyan and Health Minister Arsen Torosyan. Torosyan remarked that he didn't believe the health system of Armenia was on the brink, despite the rise in new cases, and rejected an independent MP's assertion that soon positively tested patients will die at home due to a lack of capacity. Deputy Prime Minister Tigran Avinyan also remarked that the production of domestically made test kits will soon allow the government to significantly increase the number of tests it conducts from 1,000 a day to 3,000 a day. Georgia is set to start admitting foreign tourists, however Georgian authorities have stated they will not open the border with Armenia, which is considered a virus-hit country currently. Despite this, the suspension of visa-free travel between Armenia and Iran has been lifted. The Armenian Foreign Ministry has however warned against all non-essential travel to Iran. Visa-free travel between Armenia and China has also been relaunched as of June 1st, and people going to China must attain a health certificate and undergo a 14-day quarantine upon arrival. Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Anna Nakhdalian said that Chinese nationals still cannot enter Armenia due to the current travel ban. 209 intellectuals, writers, artists, activists, journalists, and politicians have released a joint statement regarding threats against Hrant Dink, the wife of late journalist Hrant Dink, as well as the attorneys of the Hrant Dink Foundation. They also condemned the recent escalation in attacks on Armenian churches in Turkey. Expressing their demand for an end to these attitudes, the signatories have said all components that constitute our people are fundamental constituents and hold equal rights. Hrant Dink was a Turkish-Armenian journalist and editor-in-chief of Agos, a bilingual weekly newspaper. He was murdered in 2007 in Istanbul, just outside his office. Photographs of the assassin flanked by smiling Turkish policemen posing with the Turkish flag surfaced later, sparking outrage in both the Armenian and Turkish communities. And finally, Սիվիլնեթ Vardan Petrosyan spoke with the chairman of Moderna, Nubar Afeyan, who is also the founder of Flagship Pioneering. Moderna has been working on creating a vaccine for the COVID-19 virus, and the vaccine candidate is due to enter phase 3 of clinical trials in July. Afeyan also spoke about his charity activities and his path from an immigrant teenager fleeing civil war to a successful science innovator.